Sportsbook. Downtown Milwaukee, off in the distance. Lake Michigan, not too far from there. We're at American Family Field, and we are just about set for Game 2 of this 3-game series against the Mets. Brian Anderson, Bill Schroeder, our Emmy-winning reporter, Sophia Minard. Tonight's game produced by Dan Keener and directed by John Walsh and our terrific crew. The Brewers are eagerly awaiting Brandon Sproat to give the word that he's ready, and they will hit the field. And Milwaukee, having won 4 straight games, exactly 100 games in the books. The Brewers have 63 wins. That is the most ever in franchise history by 3 games. It had been 60 and 40, the best 100-game start. Cooper Pratt hit his first big league home run in last night's game. He is a hot hitter lately, and the rookie shortstop back in his position to start this one. Brewers and Mets for Game 2. Here is the Mets lineup, brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook, turned in by interim manager Andy Green. A.J. Ewing, Juan Soto, Bo Bichette. It is Lindor, Binge, and Robert in the middle, with Young, Simeon, and Terens behind the plate for the Mets. And it is the former Met, traded to the Brewers in the Freddie Peralta deal last year, Brandon Sproat.
Yeah, first time against his old team in that Freddie Peralta deal, as you mentioned. Last time out, July 11th. That was at Pittsburgh. Game 1 of that doubleheader. Only 3 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs for Sproat. 2 starts he's made this month. He's only been able to go 4 innings. So he needs to extend that a little bit. The Brewers are 4-1 in his last 5 starts. And let's check out the defense behind Sproat here today, brought to you by Landmark Credit Union. Churio, Mitchell, Lara in the outfield. Joey Ortiz, Cooper Pratt on the left side. We talked about those 2 guys and their bats when we came on the air. Bryce Terang, Andrew Vaughn on the right side, and Gary Sanchez pushing the buttons tonight for Sproat.
Home plate umpire is Jansen Visconti. Over at first base is the crew chief tonight, Andy Fletcher. If we have a challenge, he'll be the one to administer that. Alex Tosi at second, with Corey Blazer, the third base umpire. And all the pieces in place on a Tuesday night. Brewers and Mets will wrap up the series tomorrow afternoon. A little matinee baseball tomorrow on Brewers TV, with Logan Henderson getting the ball for Milwaukee. Christian Scott will pitch for the Mets. Brewers will have Thursday off, and then the Rockies come to town. And it is a 3-team, 3-opponent homestand for the Brewers. They have not lost. They're 4-0 on this current stand. Pat Murphy and the Brewers ready to roll with Brandon Sproat. First pitch is in there for a strike, and away we go. First pitch presented by Aurora Healthcare. A.J. Ewing back in the leadoff spot for the Mets.
Yeah, just incredible stuff out of the arm of Sproat. A 5-pitch mix, cutters, 4-seamers, sinkers, throw a changeup. You can see his arsenal. Nothing straight comes out of this guy's hand.
Power fastball, power sinker. He's got a chance to be a terrific starting pitcher. A bit of a late bloomer, just trying to corral all of that talent. He has been a much touted pitcher throughout his amateur career, whether he was in high school and in Florida. He's from Pace, Florida, and then he played in Gainesville for the University of Florida. First-round draft pick. And the Mets were willing to give up on Sproat to get Freddie Peralta. And the Brewers have at times been able to unlock Sproat, and they're hoping with the reps as he continues in his major league progression, he's going to emerge as a frontline starter, perhaps.
He's got to be able to manage the pitch count a little bit better. He has a tendency to throw too many pitches early in the game. He's had 5 walks and 2 starts in the month of July. Not too bad. 5 walks, 7 punch outs.
You don't see many major league pitchers. If you take a look at the mound from the rubber down to the end of the slope, Sproat is one of those guys who is still kind of in mechanics mode, Rock, and with his foot he draws the line straight down the mound. That helps him get himself in the proper direction. It helps a visual to see that line in front of the mound.
Yeah, keeps everything, in the same direction as you're talking about, making sure those shoulders and the legs and everything lines up. That's where it all begins. You get that arm on top. That's where you get your good sync with your fastball.
2-2 the count. Here's the pitch, and he misses inside. And the count goes full. Just gives you an idea where Sproat is right now mechanically. It's still not free and easy for him, although the Brewers have really stressed that Brandon uses athleticism and pitch free. There's a swing and a miss. Nasty 98-mile-an-hour sinker in a long battle. Ends up in a strikeout to start the night for Sproat.
Man, that pitch ended up about, what, 6 inches off the outside corner. Look at the movement, the late movement. It started on the edge. You can see Ewing realized he swung it one way off the plate. 98 miles an hour, not even close to a strike.
It was a 9-pitch battle, and the first out is a K, and now it's Juan Soto. One of the things that Sproat will try to accomplish the rest of the year is to get off to better starts, get off to better first innings.
Yeah, earned run average for him in the first inning over 5.5.
Averaging over 20 pitches per inning in the first inning.
Not the first pitcher that has had that issue. Many different things that they try. Warm up a little longer, maybe go out there a little bit earlier. Out in the bullpen to get ready.
Soto chases one. Little cutter from Brandon Sproat. Soto, always a very patient hitter, has one of the best eyes in the major leagues.
Putting together a nice season. Not too many of the Mets have.
And unwilling to ring him up. Close pitch, just missed at 99 miles an hour, and the count is 2-2.
See Soto shaking his head like, nope, I knew it all the way. Missed by about 1/8 of an inch.
The Soto shuffle, he calls it. Stalks the pitcher with that. Soto comes in with an on-base percentage of .407. That is a tremendous number. Anything in the upper 300s, 350 or above is good. Anything over 400 is exceptional. And Soto is going to draw the walk. So a couple of full counts to start it. Sproat with a heavy workload already. And with one out, a man on, his first walk. He'll face Bo Bichette.
Yeah, 3 innings in game 1 in that Pirates series. In that doubleheader. 3 innings, 83 pitches. The start before at Arizona, 4 innings, 92 pitches. So yeah, got to do better managing the pitch count early in the game.
So the All-Star Soto draws the walk. Here is Bichette now. Been mired in a slump, but did touch Mizorowski yesterday. Had a couple of hits, an infield single off Mizorowski. Just 10 home runs for Bo Bichette in 100 games this year. Had a lot of injuries late in the year with the Blue Jays last season. Sproat rings the bell.
It's nasty, that delivery. What makes him tough to hit and tough to pick up is what a lot of times makes him inconsistent in his release point. It's not that he's trying to find the edges so much. It's inconsistent in being able to repeat his release point.
0-2 to Bichette, and down he goes. Got him with a sweeper. Second strikeout for Sproat. 2 outs in the first.
And neither one of these 2 strikeouts have been pitches that are even close to the strike zone. That one down out of the zone. Got Ewing on a sinker that was way off the outside corner.
2 gone with Soto at first. Here is Francisco Lindor. Drove in a run last night. 4 RBIs his last 2 games. Had 3 hits in Philadelphia Sunday, including a homer. Drove in 3, and then he had a ribby last night. Also had a hit against Mizorowski. The Miz had a short start last night, just 4 innings. It was Craig Yoho who was given the win last night. He pitched a scoreless 5th. Brewers did a nice job adding on. Got it to 8-1 at one point. It was 8-3 the final. Lance McCullers Jr. Went 3 innings last night, gave up a couple of runs. Nice work out of the bullpen for McCullers.
Yeah, he was outstanding. Gave up a couple of runs in the 8th inning. He was able to register 9 outs for the Brewers with the lead.
That was his Brewers debut. And went 6 up, 6 down in his first 2 innings to start it. And more importantly, he looked healthy last night. Unlikely we'll see him the rest of this series. There's a good spinner in there for a strike. 2-2 on Lindor. Lindor asked for it, is granted timeout. A lot of hitters do that with 2 strikes. Lindor has spent a lot of time on the injured list this year. A left calf strain in the 3rd week of April. He was put on the IL April 23rd. He did not come back for 2 months. Returned in late June. Numbers are way down for Lindor. And did that hit him? That was close.
A heck of a stop by Sanchez, though.
The thud was Sanchez's glove, not Lindor's foot.
Yeah, the dirt and the glove. Heck of a play.
Keeps Soto at first base.
Just throwing the glove out there, hoping for the best. Look how far in front of home plate that ball bounces. And got the glove, not the hand.
3rd full count of the first 4 batters for Sproat. And Soto takes off. Foul ball. Soto will get a head start. Sproat trying to finish off this first right here. 3-2, 2 outs. And now Sanchez is on his way. A little disagreement in the pitch. The pitch clock was getting low. Sanchez picks up his pitcher by using a mound visit here.
And pitch right before on the foul ball was a cutter. Let's see what Gary Sanchez has in mind here for Sproat.
It'll be the 26th pitch of the inning. Soto will get a head start. There he goes. And Lindor draws a walk. So 2 Ks, 2 walks. And the Mets have runners at first and second with 2 outs for Carson Bench.
Yeah, the issue for Brandon Sproat, rears its head right away. A lot of pitches already. 26. A couple of base runners, now a base hit, probably going to score a run. First inning issues.
Carson Bench at the plate. One of the talented young players the Mets are leaning on. And he's up there aggressive. He chased one. Bench, you find him among National League rookie leaders in batting average and total hits. He's got 95 hits this year. That's top 5 among rookies in the NL. He's third in batting average.
Slugging nearly 400.
Was not in the lineup last night. And that's a soft liner knocked down by Pratt. Gets the ball in his hands and makes the play. Stayed calm. Did Cooper Pratt. That looked like a knuckleball off the bat of Carson Bench. Sproats get out of it. Strands 2. And now the Brewers coming up for the first time. Roof is closed on this Tuesday night. Mets failed to score in the first. They strand a couple. And now the Brewers coming up. Pat Murphy and the Brew Crew, best record in the major leagues at 63-27. 26 games above 500, their high water mark. Murphy's lineup brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook with Jackson Chourio in the leadoff spot. Bryce Terang, William Contreras will be the top three to get it started. Contreras in the DH role here today. Bowers and Yelich getting the day off from the starting lineup with the left-hander Zach Thornton on the mound, partner.
Yeah, 24 years old out of Winona, Minnesota, so not too far from here. Made his major league debut May 20th. That was at Washington. 4 innings, 4 runs for him. Made 13 starts down in the minor leagues, AA and AAA, and a 402 earned run average. Not a hard thrower.
He is a pitcher on the attack. He is impressed here in his first season. He is one of 5 Mets that have made their major league debut this year. First pitcher to make his debut, which was back in late May. Against the lefties, the rhythm has been Chourio in the leadoff spot. Jackson comes in hitting .277 with 13 home runs. He's got 39 runs batted in after missing the first 6 weeks of the season with a fractured hand. Yelich hit leadoff last night, had a double. Brewers have had great success with Chourio in the leadoff spot. They're 10 games over when Chourio has occupied this spot in the batting order. He and Yelich the most oft-used leadoff hitters. Brewers are 16-6 with Chourio hitting leadoff. Right back up the middle, and it hits the bag and handcuffs Simeon, and safe at first is Chourio.
How about that? There's a break. Hit the top of the bag, it skipped down and kind of fooled Simeon a little bit. Kept it close, but Chourio able to beat it just barely at first base. See, there you go.
Well-placed ground ball. And as a position player, you have no idea where that's going to come off the bag.
It's going to bounce straight up in the air. It kind of skipped a little bit on him.
Score that as a bad hop single for Chourio. Terang showing bunt and able to pull the bat back. It's a ball. So infield hit for Jackson Chourio. Terang extended his on-base streak with a hit last night. He's got 18 consecutive games reaching base.
And no surprise that he and Mitchell, the only left-handed hitters in the lineup. Garrett Mitchell red hot right now. Terang's going to play every day.
That was not always the case when Terang first came up. Thought he was going to be a platoon player, get starts against right-handed pitchers. Pat Murphy was the one who was most vocal about the notion that Bryce Terang can hit lefties, just needs at-bats against lefties, and boy was he proven right on that notion.
Yeah, put him in there, give him a shot, and he's made the most of it.
One of the great players in the game, Bryce Terang. Gives you offense, power, and an elite defensive second baseman.
Incredible throwing arm. Speaks softly, carries a big stick. Doesn't say a whole lot.
Terang to the opposite field, got some carry. Ewing is over, and he'll make the catch in foul territory. Chourio retreats. It's out #1 for Thornton.
Well, let's check out our Miller Time game plan. It's never too early for Miller Time here in Wisconsin. Let's talk about the offense. The Brewers did a good job getting on the board early last night. So how about an early Miller Time or an early Miller Time event here tonight?
Wilson Contreras would love to oblige. Had that dramatic walk-off home run Sunday afternoon against the Marlins. Brewers won that game 3-1. swept the Marlins. 2 walk-offs in the series against Miami. Mitchell in the 10th inning Friday night, and then Contreras Sunday afternoon. Chourio, speedy base runner at first base. Tougher to run on left-handed pitchers, and a very athletic pitcher in Zach Thornton. He's a tough guy to get a read on.
Pretty close to a balk move right there. You see that front foot? It looked to me like it was coming pretty close to going straight to home plate.
Oh, and a wave and a miss. Good changeup from Thornton. Let's take you back Sunday afternoon. Brewers look like they may surrender the final game with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. A 2-strike home run for Contreras to send everybody home. What a moment.
Took advantage of a bad pitch. It was a cutter right down the middle after William was having a difficult time with the big fastball from that right-hander.
Well, got to be no better feeling in the game for a position player than to hit a walk-off homer.
It's one thing to do it in a tie game. It's another thing to do it when your team's down. You only got 2 outs left. Big time.
Turang and Contreras with the walk-off homers this year for the Brewers. Turang did it against the Yankees back in May. Full count, 1 away. Brewers work the count as well as any team. They get deep in counts. See a lot of pitches per plate appearance typically. Thornton is a strike thrower. Had that reputation coming up through the Mets minor league system. He hadn't been there long. He is out of Grand Canyon, JUCO first, and then the Grand Canyon. Drafted just 3 years ago. Chourio takes off, and Contreras fouls it back.
And he is a guy that's going to play around with the edges. He wants to see how far you're going to go off the edges. Again, not a hard thrower. Average velocity fastball for him about 94 miles an hour.
Heavy usage on the cutter since he's been in the big leagues. 44% of his pitches are the cut fastball. And he rides that cutter inside. Ball 4. Contreras is aboard. And a high pitch count here early for Thornton. 2 on with 1 away. Ball 4 presented by Feldco. One away for Andrew Vaughn. Cranked a 2-run homer last night. Brewers hit 3 homers last night. Joey Ortiz had a 3-run shot that proved to be the final nail. But a key home run by Andrew Vaughn, a 2-run home run with Billy Aaron in the booth with us last night. With Hank Aaron's wife. That's snagged by Thornton. Fires low, but picked by Simeon. And he starts a double play, goes 1 to 4 to 3. And you see the athleticism of the Mets rookie pitcher right away. Scoreless. After 1, we go to the 2nd. Mets coming up.
Card holders get that too. Only with Associated Bank. Bank of our crew.
Brandon Sprout threw a scoreless first inning against his former team, and he admitted there might be some extra adrenaline, but really looking forward to this matchup facing the Mets for the first time since that January trade with Freddie Peralta. And Sprout said he's grown a lot here in his first half with the Brewers, now making his 18th start of the season. And for Sprout, he said he feels like a real turning point for him came on June 10th, his start against the Athletics at Vegas Ballpark, a very tough pitching environment. He put together a quality start. The Brewers would ultimately lose that game despite Sprout giving up just 1 run there. But he said that was where all of the days and all of the work started to really come together for him. He said the athletic conviction that he and Chris Hook and Jim Henderson had been talking so much about just kind of all finally clicked into place. And he feels like that created a really good foundation for him here. And he talks about stacking up really good days, guys. And since then, he's pitched to a 4-2 record and a 355 earned run average.
Yeah, and the Brewers have won 5 of his last 7 starts. Thanks, Sophia. That phrase, athletic conviction, those two trying to get Sproat to use his best asset, and that is his athleticism. This guy was a quarterback in high school, a terrific quarterback. He was a catcher and a pitcher in his amateur days as a high school baseball player. He's kind of done it all. He's got a great feel for various sports. I like what he told Sophia too. He goes, I need to be free and whippy out on the mound. That's a good phrase to
be athletic. I mean, don't think too much. Don't try and worry too much about your mechanics while you're out there. That's not the time to do that. He came off a really good month of June where he was 2-0 and a 3.46 ERA after a couple of rough months to start out. Best start was at Cincinnati this year.
Yeah, he was electric in that one, and that's where he made his major league debut as a Met in Cincinnati, and took a no-hitter deep into that game in his first game as a Met. So he loves to pitch in Cincinnati. You see the markings on his glove there. It says "Let it eat." There's a high fly ball off the barrel, deep right center field. Lara looking up, and it's gone. Jared Young with a towering home run. Number 7 for Young, and the Mets strike first here tonight.
Cutter down and in. I mean, served up on a silver platter for a lefty. They like it down there, down and in. Just golfed it on out of here. High towering shot to right. They don't want to leave it there. Left it out over the plate just enough to allow Young to barrel it up. That's a nice swing, isn't it?
That had the sound to it.
Nice balance, good follow through.
First ball swinging. Marcus Semien with a single. Had the day off yesterday. Semien, high price second baseman, coming to the Mets from the Rangers. Yeah, that was way up there.
Just about as high as it was far.
Had a launch angle, if you're into such things, 38 degrees. Man, that is a roof scraper. But when you clip them like that off the barrel, it's got enough distance, despite the height on that fly ball. Number 9 hitter Luis Torrens, who's been catching a lot more lately. Mets have started to use Francisco Alvarez in the DH role more often. Alvarez is on the bench tonight, and Torrens, who is an excellent defensive catcher and a pitcher favorite to throw to, has found himself in the lineup quite a bit here lately.
Basically is what it comes down to. You know, the comfort level for a pitcher. Who does he like to throw to? They might not say all the time, but the numbers will bear it out.
Ball and a strike, 1 out in the second, and 1 and 2 now on Torrens. Mets coming in here with a record of 42 and 59. Dead last in the NL East. Managerial change. Andy Green taking over, coming down from the front office. He was the farm director. Runner goes Semien, and a swing and a foul by Torrens.
He had a great jump. Sproat forgot about him. Took a long time to get rid of the baseball. Had that one stolen.
Good double play candidate at the plate in Torrens. Sproat does get a lot of ground balls when he's right with that power sinker. Let's see if Semien is on the move. Throw to first. Close play. Safe is the call. Brewers will want to take a quick peek at this.
See Murph's new perch over there in the dugout.
Well, they built him a little platform, huh?
They just built that.
Hey, they're going to challenge this. Sproat has a lightning quick move to first, and he might get himself an out.
Might have got him on the rear end.
Field is saving first base. Milwaukee's challenging.
Crew chief Andy Fletcher, who was the calling umpire. Our Wintrust replay review.
Did he get him on the heel? Hard to tell, isn't it?
I see Andrew Vaughn right away gave him the maybe. Foot's down. Yeah, I'm not sure. This has enough evidence to overturn.
It's an early challenge, and usually Brewers aren't going to challenge unless they know they're right. I think it might have got him on the ankle, on that trailing leg.
Yeah. Well, that's a better look at it, at least the timing of it. If he did, in fact, get him on the ankle at the replay center in New York, which is a high-tech facility. If that's, yeah,
pretty close.
They can stitch these images together.
Not sure there's enough, though.
It's going to be close.
Maybe. He might have got him on the ankle.
Giving you all the looks we have at it.
Question is, did he touch the ankle?
You see kind of the pant leg move right above the sock. I mean, we are splitting hairs frame by frame. Here's the answer.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out.
Wow.
Milwaukee will retain their challenge.
Oh, that was a surprise.
Brandon Sprode has 4 pickoffs this year. That's tied for the major league lead. A 2-in-1 game, and he wipes out Simeon. Good challenge by the Brewers.
That's great work for the video crew in that Brewers clubhouse. Got him on the ankle just before that foot came down on the bag. Think about how close that is. Over there at first base, those guys in the clubhouse area that are looking at that, they don't have a whole lot of time to decide whether they want to challenge it or not, but fantastic. That could change an inning completely.
Team effort down in that replay room. Abdel and Augie, part of Pat Murphy's staff, and they are in the hot seat when a replay opportunity comes. Excellent work. 2 outs. Here's a 1-2. And a foul ball.
And usually they're pretty confident that they're going to be right if they do it in the second inning.
Yeah. Well, you get 30 seconds if you're a manager to alert the umpire you want to challenge. So that clock ticks fast when you're toggling through the video trying to determine if it's worth the challenge. Pitch number 8 of this at bat with Terrence, number 9 hitter. Vaughn's over. He's got it. Sprode is there. And the inning is over. It's a home run by Jared Young to put the Mets on the board. But a pick off and a ground out, and Sprode is through the second.
Well, the ultimate goal of a Brewer fan is seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yep, all 30. MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps.
Hey, that's our man, Kurt Wambach, turning 60 today. Happy birthday, Kurt.
We can bake some cookies too.
Tell you what, he sent us some cookies up here. And the man knows his brews, man. You go down a rabbit hole with Kurt, he'll tell you all about it. And he is a connoisseur of the beer.
The busiest stand in the ballpark, from what I understand. Why wouldn't it be, right?
Garrett Mitchell leads off for Milwaukee here in the second. 1-0 Mets.
Unfortunately, it's not open when we walk by after the game.
Or before.
Yeah.
Should be preferred.
Kurt's been there a long time. Good cookies. Pours a good beer. Fantastic. Well, the only problem with that is he gave the cookies to Levering.
Yeah.
To give to us. I
don't
don't think we got all the cookies.
Little tapper. Mitchell can fly. Here's Thornton, and he fires a strike. Nice play by the rookie lefty, Zach Thornton.
Jeff does like it sweet, you know.
And you know he touched every one of the cookies. Wire cam, courtesy of Potawatomi Sportsbook, gives you a look. Great angle there. Thornton can really bounce off the mound. We have 2 extremely athletic pitchers on the mound here tonight.
Both of them with pretty good moves.
Here's Gary Sanchez now with 1 away. Brewers have had a remarkable run this year, coming back from early deficits. Matter of fact, the Brewers are the only team in the majors over 500 when the opposition scores first. Brewers are 26-22.
A lot of
4 games over.
A lot of times they do their best work late in the game when the bullpen gets busy for the opponent.
Sign of a great team. They hang in there. Got enough pitching to do that. Never surrender approach at the plate, knowing that they're a swing of the bat away. Brewers are 16-9 at home when the opposition score first. And Sanchez strikes out. First K for Thornton. 2 outs in the inning. And here's a word from Habish, and Rotier.
We've recovered more $1 million results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin, and we cost the same as every other personal injury firm in town.
2 up, 2 down. It's Luis Lara, rookie right fielder, switch hitter. What an electrifying player he looks like he's going to be, Lara. Had the night off last night from the starting lineup, back in there tonight.
He's got a real good eye at the plate. Knows his strike zone pretty well. Case in point right there. He's got an on-base percentage over 400.
Lara's making his 9th appearance in the big leagues. This is his 6th start. 4 of those coming in right field, and he barrels that one to center. High fly ball that Robert settles under, and that's a 3 up, 3 down inning for Zach Thornton. 2 in the books. Mets have a 1-0 lead. We go to the 3rd. Tonight's game is presented by Wisconsin Dells. Sun setting on this Tuesday night, cloudy night. Possible chance of rain tonight. That's why the roof is closed here tonight for game 2 of the series. Brewers and Mets will play tomorrow afternoon, and then the Brewers bring in the Rockies starting Friday for a 3-gamer. It's interesting, the Brewers have won 4 in a row, and until last night they had not had the early lead in any of the first 3 games, so they got them right where they want them tonight. Mets lead 1-0. A.J. Ewing at the top of the Mets batting order, second time around now against Sproat. Sproat struck him out in the first.
Yeah, unusual game for the Brewers last night. Kind of cruised to victory last night. Haven't had many of those.
8-3 was the final last night. Mets are on a 6-game road trip at 2-2. Took 2 out of 3 from the Phillies over the weekend. They have Thursday off as well, and then they'll start a 10-game homestand at Citi Field against the Dodgers on Friday. And Sproat issues a walk on 4 pitches to start this 3rd inning. High pitch count for Sproat, already at 48 as we begin the 3rd. His last start, he lasted just 3 innings against the Pirates back on July 11, 10 days ago, right before the All-Star break. Brewers got swept by the Pirates at the end of the first half. Juan Soto takes ball 1.
This is where the inconsistency in mechanics shows up for Sproat. Nothing really close so far in this inning.
He's thrown 49 pitches, 20 of those for balls. The release point is hiding from him right now.
Yeah, comes and goes.
Soto, the all-star starter for the National League in Philadelphia last week. He's got that front foot toed in, keeps him closed. Unique batting stance. Boy, has he delivered, and a big way and in the clutch. His days with the Yankees, it's a massive home runs in the clutch.
Yeah.
Did it with the Nationals at a young age. Was a teenager when he made it to the big leagues. 2-0. Soto takes a strike.
There's a good pitch. Soto taking all the way right down the middle.
Soto leads the National League in on-base percentage and OPS. 954 is the OPS. Fourth in slugging. Tracks that one in for a ball, and it is 3-1.
Not too many know the strike zone much better than he does.
Strode is playing with fire here in the third inning. 4-pitch walk to Ewing. Soto in a hitter's count at 3-1. Oof, got a big cut at it.
Gives you some kind of an idea of the stuff this guy has. Strode. 3-1 pitch. Soto looking fastball. Got it. Pretty close to down the middle, and he wasn't able to barrel it up.
These are the OPS leaders in the major league. Soto leads the National League, third in the majors. Runner goes. Soto, a high fly ball, going to stay in, and Lara puts it away, and Strode escapes a Soto at bat with a fly ball out. One away, runner at first. How about a word from Wisconsin Dells?
What should you do when you get to the water park capital of the world? Get to a water park and get some waves. Wisconsin Dells. Get here. Go to wisdells.com and plan your trip today.
The Bros are out, Rock. Sun's not even out.
Yeah.
And the guns are out.
Yeah.
Here's Bo Bichette.
Although, to be honest with you, we could use some rain. How's your grass looking? You don't have grass, do you?
Not yet. I'm
coming.
between homes now.
It's coming, yeah. Not that you don't have a house.
No grass at the old apartment right now. Could use a little bit of rain. It'd be nice.
Grass a bit brown back at home.
When's the last time you had a muscle shirt on, by the way? Been a while?
College. Maybe early BP when I was a Brewer.
Oh, yeah. Get rid of that farmer's tan, huh? Bichette rings one to center field, but right at Mitchell. 2 outs.
There's not a lot of me I want showing right now.
Cover it up, man. Cover it up.
Double it up.
Not like those guys.
No. Yep.
Francisco Lindor with 2 away. Sproat's rocking the pants like you guys did back in the 80s, though. Got the skinny jeans on.
Got the tight pants.
You guys had those tight polyesters.
Right. Powder blues. Yeah.
No stirrups, though. Every now and then Lindor will break out the stirrups. Snap throw to first. Good play by Vaughn to keep it in front.
Wow. Just getting ready to say last inning. Now you look at the Brewers catchers. Talking about Sanchez and Contreras. Neither one of them have committed an error this year. That was close to being one.
Very nice play by Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah, I mean, consistent defense for the Brewers catchers this year.
It's been a great combo.
Earned run average very similar.
They're good pals. They work off each other well. There's a lot of collaboration there between Sanchez and Contreras. Ewing dancing off first, and he goes, and Sanchez's throw to second, safe. It was a wild scene at first base. Look at Ewing here, bouncing, returning.
You would figure he'd given up and just not even bother going, but he got another good lead. A walking lead, bouncing lead, and he's able to steal it easily.
Runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Lindor. Walked his last time up.
That's the thing, if you're a base steal and you have a guy like Sprode out there struggling to find the strike zone and get his mechanics together. I mean, sometimes they forget about you, and I think Sprode did. Held the ball a little bit, but could have stepped off.
Another challenge pitchers have in a scenario like that is while that runner is dancing, and as a pitcher you're trying to time your release, but you got to deal with the pitch clock as well.
Yeah.
And you cannot let the pitch clock expire. There's a lot to think about.
You can step off in situations like that.
2-2 to Francisco Lindor. Count goes full again. Lindor has been in a full count in his first 2 plate appearances. Walked his last time up. That's Carson Benj on deck. 1-0 Mets. We're in the 3rd. 2 outs. See what Sprode does here. Goes at him, and a foul tip into the mid of Sanchez. A cutter. He gets the strikeout. Needed it. 3rd K for Sprode. Puts up a 0 in the 3rd.
For 250.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Miller Lite, taste you can depend on, and by Northwestern Mutual. Discover a better way to money at northwesternmutual.com. Oh, I spy a Kate Schroeder down there. There she is, holding court.
Her first game of the year, partner.
I'm sure she is dialed into every pitch, just like her husband.
Down there with her company outing, the Luther Group. It's a commercial real estate company that she's been with. Jason Luther, the owner. He was a fantasy camper, you know, BA.
All comes back around.
Yeah, there she is, holding court.
Cackling away down there. Hiya, Kate.
Having a good time.
Cooper Pratt leads off and sends one deep to left field. Back on it is Ewing with room. He didn't quite get it. Had the swing, had the arc, just didn't barrel it. And it's out number 1.
Yeah, the breaking pitch just a little bit off the end of the bat and kept it in the ballpark, but just out in front just a touch. Just missed it.
1 out for Joey Ortiz. He lines one to left field, and that is going to be caught by Ewing. Wow. What a great play by A.J. Ewing.
Well, he went in hard down there on the ground. Not sure what hit first, but did not look comfortable. Heck of a play out and left. Defense for the Mets has been suspect this year, but Joey hits that one pretty well. Let's see where he lands. Bang, hit his head.
Plays the game hard. Mets are very high on this young player. A.J. Ewing gets a hand from his pitcher.
Put a circle around that one.
Churio shows bunt. Takes a strike. Took Thornton only 4 pitches to record the first 2 outs. Churio will try to get into a deep count. Had one he can handle, and he fouls it back, and it's quickly 0-2. Brewers got an infield hit by Churio to start the game offensively. He hit the bag at second base on a chopper up the middle. Contreras walked in that first inning. There were 2 on, 1 out, and a double play ball. And the Brewers have not had a man on since that first inning. 0-2. Churio stings one center field. Robert turns and runs, and he's there to make the play. Jackson Churio hits a missile deep into center field, but it's an out. 3 up and 3 down. 7 in a row, retired.
Have a great day. You
scored a free scoop of fresh frozen custard. Visit culvers.com/brewers Sign into Delicious Rewards. Redeem your free scoop of fresh frozen custard with any order through tomorrow at participating Wisconsin Culver's locations. Strode delivered that strikeout in the 3rd inning. Got Lindor to end the inning. Stranded a runner at second. 1-0. Mets have the lead on a home run by Jared Young. Carson Benz leads off, then Robert, then Young in this 4th inning. Ball and a strike. Carson Benz, another of the talented rookies. Mets will certainly be active at the trade deadline from the seller perspective. They're going to have a lot of teams and players to deal with and try to trade for prospects, which will clear the way for a lot of these young players. That's what the Mets are hoping to accomplish this year. Tonight's pitcher would be part of that group. He's getting his chance, Zach Thornton.
Yeah, you got to
made the most of it.
Got to wonder what this Mets team is going to look like when you hit August, right? Trading deadline coming up.
It is so interesting in the game of baseball when you clear that trade deadline and now that's your team for the rest of the year. That's a hard hit ball through for a hit. Carson Benz with a leadoff single.
Sinker up a little bit out over the plate, able to get the hands out and hit it hard into right field. I think Sanchez wanted that ball on the edge. Got too much of the plate.
Lead runner on for the Mets. Here's Luis Robert Jr. just returned from the IL yesterday. Missed 3 months with a back injury. This will be one of the pieces the Mets would probably look to trade to open up some room for their youth movement. A.J. Ewing, who made that great play in left field, kind of tabbed to be the center fielder for the Mets. But you never know. It's not always the case, but even with a lot of younger players, and the Brewers are certainly an example of that, Mets could have a better finish to the year once they do clear some of these players. You get a lot of hungry young players, and that can kind of change the vibes down there. It's been such a beatdown for the Mets this year.
Just got to wonder about the culture with a bunch of veteran guys that have struggled all season long, and they made a managerial change and trying to do what they can to turn things around.
Shattered bat on a hop. Pratt out at second. Terang fires and not in time. Robert with great speed beats that one out. Brewers do get a lead out at second base.
Ball just didn't get out to Pratt quickly enough because it was a jam shot. Kind of floated in the air a bit, had to wait back, and not even Bryce Terang and that big arm able to get him at first base.
It's so fun to watch Terang play the bag at second. You notice when that ball went in his glove, he never closed his glove.
Right.
He caught it kind of in the palm, never snatched the glove closed to squeeze the ball. He's got such great hands that he can just stop the ball with a flat hand, basically. Watch this.
Never does squeeze the glove, and yeah, it kind of falls into the bare hand. And
it's a thing of beauty.
You ever notice how small the second baseman's gloves are? Because of that.
There's a platinum patch on that glove for a reason. The Platinum Glove Award winner is given to the best of the Gold Glove Award winners. Sanchez going to challenge this call here. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
And Sanchez.
Well, it took Gary to the 4th inning to challenge.
he's a frequent challenger. Lost this one. Brewers have 1 left the rest of the game.
He challenges behind home plate and at the plate. Remember Fernando Bina,
yes.
Former Brewer? He had a glove that was barely bigger than the size of my hand. And second baseman like to use small gloves so they can find that baseball relatively easily with their back to first base.
Liner into left. That's going to fall. A base hit. Churiel plays it on a hop.
To turn a double play.
Jared Young is 2 for 2. First and second with one away.
And changeup that time. Pretty good piece of hitting right there by Young. He waited back nicely, got enough of it to dump it into left. After hitting a home run on a pitch down and in, hit that one to right and takes a changeup to left. That's pretty good hitting.
Semien now. He swung at the first pitch his last time up. Had a single to center. Takes a strike on a cutter. Semien spent a lot of time on the injured list as well. He was down about 3.5 weeks with a hip injury. He's been back for a week now. Big swing and a miss on a big sweeping curve. Oh, and 2 the count on Semien. And he pulls one foul. So out ahead of it, but able to strike the ball and stay alive.
Nearly kept that one fair. The last 2 pitches perfect. The one before right at the bottom of the strike zone. That one on the outside corner.
Sprode with an 0-2 count, 1 out in the 4th. The Mets threatening here. They lead 1-0. Brewers set up for a double play ball. And now Sprode backs off. Semien hanging tough.
Everything away. I think they have him set up or something inside. Question is, can he get it in there?
Sanchez trying to navigate Sprode through this one. A lot of shakes here. He's going through the whole keypad. My guess is Sanchez keeps pushing the same button.
Yeah, you tell me what you want then.
These two have not been on the same page. Sprode's got the one he wants. First and second, 1 out. Needs to make a big pitch here. And Semien fouls it away, so he wanted the changeup. Catchers used to put signals down. Now they punch that keypad. Do it again. Another 1-2. Oh, and a defensive swing. He got him. He went back to the changeup.
Doubled up on the changeup. Refused to come inside on Semien. And that last changeup, a dandy 91 miles an hour out of the zone. Got him to chase it. Big out right there.
Big movement on that changeup.
Yeah.
Dirt Cam gives you a good look at it, courtesy of Digger's Hotline. So they get on the same page. And a strikeout for Sprode. Number 9 hitter Luis Torrens now. 2 outs, 2 on. Broken bat, little flare right to Vaughn. Good job, Brandon Sprode. Gets through the 4th. It's been a little messy, but only 1 run is in. See if the Brewers can get the bats going.
Busy earlier today along with the Brewers Community Foundation and in partnership with the American Red Cross of Wisconsin as they held their Sound the Alarm event. joining volunteers in installing smoke alarms in local homes. So well done by Bryce Strang there participating in that. BCF is a leading sponsor of the American Red Cross of Wisconsin Sound the Alarm event this year across Wausau, La Crosse, Fitchburg, Racine, and right here in Milwaukee.
Good work by Bryce Strang out there in the community. He's got some killer tattoos as well.
Yeah, he's got a good tattoo game. Reminds me, the fire alarms. I need to change my batteries.
Oh, is that right? Thanks for coming up with a random thought. Are they beeping at you?
No, they were talking about fire alarms in your house.
Usually they all go off together.
Smoke detector. I just hope they don't go off at 3 in the morning.
Bryce Strang leading off here. 1-2 the count.
I think I'll do that on Thursday.
That's good. Put that on the Bill Schroeder to-do list. Off day Thursday. And then the Rockies come in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here's a 1-2, and that one just missed. Thornton liked it, but it was away. Two lefties in the lineup against Thornton tonight, Turang and Mitchell. Brewers do have a switch hitter and Lara in there. And Turang, little rollover ground ball coming in. Simeon, Gold Glove winner last year. Out number 1.
Well, get the Brewers a bar dice set giveaway on Saturday, August 8th. Perfect for the game night or the tavern. Be one of the first 25,000 fans ages 21 and up to collect your bar dice set. That's courtesy of Miller Lite. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
The trumpet sound for William Contreras. He is the last Brewers base runner. He walked in the first inning. 8 in a row. Retired by Thornton, producing 9 outs. He got a 1-4-3 double play to end that first inning after he walked Contreras. This guy's been on the attack. He reminds me, Thornton, a lot of Cole Hamels, the way he throws.
Yeah, tall guy, tall left-hander.
Long and lanky, free and easy.
Of course, I don't think he has the Cole Hamels changeup.
He is a strike-throwing machine.
He does throw a changeup, not many though.
He's going on 9 days between starts. He went 7 shutout against Boston. His last time out, that was back on the 12th of July. And that's been his arsenal today. 5-pitch mix, just those 2 changeups. A lazy swing by Contreras on a big curve. And Benj puts it away for out number 2. Good looking young pitcher right here. That's got to be pleased with what they've seen.
Relies heavily on command, and he's been showing pretty good command so far tonight. Not overpowering, so he can't get by with just throwing fastballs. Although he sneaks that one by.
Well placed on the inner half against Andrew Vaughn. Hit his 3rd home run last night. Vaughn is hit for average. He is not hit for big power after missing the first 6 weeks. Was injured on opening day. It's impressive that with a hand injury he's come back and hit for such a high average. On base percentage near 400, batting average over 300.
Really good against lefties.
Even though he has only 3 homers, the slug has been there as well. A lot of doubles. He cranked one out last night. 2-run home run for Andrew Vaughn. Had the sound, and he cleared the fence by plenty in deep left center field. Made it a 5-1 game at the time. Brewers won the game 8-3 last night. Their 4th straight win. Vaughn in the air, right center, deep, back on it, Benj, and just shy of the wall. Brewers are just missing. Long, loud out. 3 up, 3 down for Zach Thornton. He's got 4 scoreless on the board.
This is
Here's a look earlier today at American Family Field. Good to see Kyle Harrison throwing his second bullpen since being placed on the injured list with that left forearm inflammation. Harrison said it went well today. He got 2 ups in, stimulating 2 innings. He said it was about 35 to 40 pitches through everything. He's been feeling really good in between. Next step for him is going to be a live VP, hopefully 4 ups for him. That'll be here Saturday, and then likely a rehab assignment. So he will miss the upcoming road trip, but if everything goes well, could be targeting a return on the upcoming homestand.
Well, he's been one of the best pitchers in the National League. Be great to get him back. Thank you, Sophia. Got a challenge here.
Pitcher's called a ball, catcher's challenging.
And Sanchez will take a chance. Brewers have 1 challenge remaining, and now they are
confirmed. Milwaukee is out of challenges.
That's it for the rest of the game as Contreras 0 for 2. Jansen Visconti's dialed in on a strike zone tonight. 2 balls and a strike. A.J. Ewing, Mets leadoff hitter. And a half swing he goes. It's a big inning right here for Sproat.
Yeah, it is. Top of the order, down by only 1.
High pitch count.
Got to put up a 0.
85 pitches already. Can't imagine he'd go much longer, but it would be huge if he could get through 5. Back to Kyle Harrison. Rock, we had a chance to talk to him in the dugout as well, and he seemed in great spirits. And I think, number one, the MRI gave him the validation he needed that he didn't have any damage there. And he said he let it fly in those essentially 2 innings. The baseball vernacular for that is 2 ups, meaning you get up on the mound twice, 2 innings, and you keep extending that. And he says he thinks at this point it should be a pretty quick rise for him to get his innings numbers and his pitch count up before he can return to a big league mound.
And again, he said he didn't feel quite right in his last 2 starts. You know, he wasn't as effective in his last 2 as he was throughout the season so far. And not the worst thing in the world to shut a guy down for a couple of weeks at this point in the season. Keep him strong for the stretch run.
Fly ball into left, routine for Churio. And Sproat retires A.J. Ewing.
The reason why, you know, the Brewers are going to be very mindful of Miz's pitch counts and his innings. Keep him strong getting into September.
1 away for Juan Soto. And a breaking ball in for a strike. Soto in the middle of a $765 million deal. Second year of that deal. Runs through 2039. It was a 15-year contract. He's won a batting title. He's been an All-Star 5 times, including an All-Star starter this year. Had a year with the Yankees. Started with the Nats. A couple of years with the Padres. Was on that World Series team with the Yankees 2 years ago.
Question is he going to be able to play long enough to fulfill that entire contract, right? Still relatively young.
Yeah, he's only 27. Soto pops it up. All right, Brandon Sproat has a chance to get through 5 here as Mitchell makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. He's retired 4 in a row.
Hey, join a special Brewers Alumni Legends game presented by Northwestern Mutual after the game Friday, July 24th. Remember, BA, that's a 3 o'clock start, so don't be late.
I'll be here.
Score a bowling shirt with a special ticket package and enjoy $2.50 beers and brats.
I love it.
Grab your tickets and learn more at brewers.com/legends game. $2.50 beers.
And the Legends.
And the Legends.
Good roster of players, a lot of fan favorites. You guys are going to enjoy that. It's a 3-inning game or 1 hour, whichever comes first, or something like that. It's good. It's a fluid situation.
Yeah. So it's not a regulation 9-inning game, right?
We're just kind of hoping Rock can get an at-bat in the game. He's very much against putting on the uniform again. Wave and a miss. Bichette down in the count 1-2. This would be big if Sproat can get through this fifth. It would likely be his last inning here. He's been kind of laboring through the game, but he's only given up the 1 run on a homer by Jared Young.
Yeah.
Here's a 1-2, and Bichette takes.
He has yet to rack up a 3-up, 3-down inning.
Good time for one right here.
This might be it.
Sitting on 4 Ks. 2-2. Bichette takes the ball.
See, if the Brewers had a challenge, that would have been a strike.
Full count. You saw Chad Patrick in the bullpen. And Sproat almost hit Bichette. Walks him. 2-out walk. The elusive 3-up, 3-down inning. That brings up Lindor. Gotta watch his first pitch with Lindor. He knows Sproat's near the finish line. The Brewers dugout sending Gary Sanchez out to the mound.
A very slow march out to the pitcher's mound. Presumably we just offer some time. Not going to take Chad Patrick long to get ready. Here comes Murph.
Yep. Murphy is on his way out. And Sproat's upset. And Chad Patrick will come on to face Lindor to try to get through this fifth. So Murph will take the ball from a starter. Sproat will exit 4 2/3. Got a runner his responsibility. And Patrick against Lindor when we come back. We'll set it up for you after this timeout.
The Coopers didn't love.
UW Credit Union brings us drone cam tonight. Roof is closed on this Tuesday night. See the cloudy skies up above. Brandon Sproat was upset. Pat Murphy took the ball from him. Finishes with 4 2/3 innings, 99 pitches. And he will exit for Chad Patrick. Gruber offices 1 call. That's all called to the pen, Rob.
Yeah, last saw Chad on the mound Sunday against the Marlins. That was 2 scoreless innings. He's got 1 out to get. Game number 32 for Patrick. Overall, a 342 earned run average. Got to minimize the walks.
Be mindful of the first pitch with Lindor in a spot like this. 2 outs, runner at first. And that one misses. Patrick's signature pitch is his cutter. He's been excellent out of the bullpen for the most part. That one's in there. There's the cut fastball. When Patrick first went to the bullpen, he was lights out. Ran into a little bit of a wobble, but overall he's been a very important piece, especially in games in which the Brewers are down.
I'll give you multiple innings. Not afraid to do that. He's done it on a number of occasions.
Made 23 starts last year. Was outstanding. Pitched to a 3.5 ERA. 2-1. Lindor, big swing and a miss. Another cutter. Sproat used the cutter to strike out Lindor with a runner at second in the 3rd inning.
That one a very similar pitch down out of the strike zone.
He's kind of had him out ahead of it. 2-2. Bichette, the runner at first. Chad Patrick trying to get through this fifth. 2-2 pitch on the ground. Terang is over off his glove. And Bichette on his way to third. Lindor's coming to second. And the throw is late. Hustle double for Lindor. 2 out, 2 strike hit. And it's second and third for the Mets.
And not sure that Turang would have had a play on Lindor, even if he was able to keep the ball in his glove, although he would not have allowed Ewing to get, or I should say Bichette, to get to third base. Knocked it down enough to allow Lindor to get to second.
So it'll be a double for Lindor. Now Carson Bench. Bench hit one sharply to right field against Sproat last time up. Single to right. 1 out of 2. Among the hits leaders in the National League for rookies. Bouncing ball. Oh, Turang had a misstep. This is going to play 2 runs. They throw behind the runner. Now the throw gets away. Patrick sends one into left field. Then stays put. That was a mess from the start.
And I think Turang thought that Vaughn was going to go get it. Slowed down a little bit. Vaughn took a step. Turang stopped a little bit. And that's what caused him the base hit.
Uncharacteristic of the Brewers.
Yeah, the cutter down the middle. Check out Vaughn. He goes after it initially. I think Turang thought he was going to go get it. Maybe not, but it's a 2 out base hit to score a couple of runs.
Well, you saw Turang kind of stand up. And that cost the Brewers there. Bench goes to second base on the throw in. It'll be a 2 RBI single. So close the book on Sproat with 2 runs in 4 2/3 innings. And now the Mets up 3-0 in the 5th.
Those 2 hits allowed by Chad Patrick.
Normally anything on the ground hit over Turang's way is going to be gobbled up. Luis Robert now with a runner at second. Patrick, those 2 innings on Sunday held the Marlins in check. Only gave up the 1 hit. He struck out 3. And then had the day off yesterday and right back on the mound today. Big swing and a miss. Good cutter from Patrick. 1 and 2 to Robert.
Perfectly located. That cutter, a late breaking cutter that ends up off the outside corner.
And he got him. Patrick strikes him out. Inning is over, but the Mets get a 2 out rally going. They score twice on a 2 RBI single by Bench, and it's 3-0 New York.
And a blue moon.
Mets get 2 RBIs on a 2 out hit by Carson Bench, and Zach Thornton has a 3-0 lead with which to work. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. We'll give you another look at it. These are how he has recorded his 12 outs. Pretty good mix of everything.
Not using a whole lot of the glove side of the plate. A little more outer half, but using the inside part of the plate pretty effectively against lefties. The arm side of the plate.
He's only given up the 1 hit. That was an infield hit by Churio, the first batter Thornton faced tonight. Issued his lone walk in the first. He's retired 10 straight batters, producing 11 outs.
Brewers have had some near misses, though. Just missed them. Missed home runs by a couple of feet.
Bryce Wilson in the Milwaukee pen. Brandon Sproat 4 2/3 with 2 earned runs allowed. Patrick gives up an earned run in that 5th. 1-2 to Mitchell. Mitchell has been on a tear, hitting over 400 in the month of July over his last 18 games. That ball stung to center field, but Robert, playing deep, is there. Another hard hit ball for an out. 1 away here in the 5th. And here's a word from Potawatomi Sportsbook.
When Potawatomi Sportsbook invited me, John Kuhn, to be their spokesperson, I had to join the team. Yes! Yeah! Potawatomi Sportsbook. Your sport, our stadium.
1 gone for Sanchez. Popped him up. That's Simeon. And 2 men are out. 12 in a row now for Thornton. Brewers are having a hard time solving the riddle of this left-hander.
And it just goes to show you don't have to be throwing eye-popping velocity to get out to the big leagues. Just got to be able to command your pitches, put it pretty much where you want it. When you think about Brewer lefties that he kind of reminds you of, Scott Carl, Doug Davis. Neither one of those two hard throwers, but we're able to command the zone pretty well, keep the ball down, work the ball in and out.
Luis Lara takes a strike. Thornton wearing number 49. Doug Davis wore number 49. He'll be in the Alumni Legends game Friday.
Double D.
May have to manipulate the pitch clock with Doug Davis.
Put it up to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He was not in any hurry. I recall.
Here's a 1-2. Lara watches one low. Thornton has not had a start this year, the Mets pitcher. His season started in Double-A, so he went from Double-A to Triple-A and now the big leagues. He has not had a start this year where he's thrown more than 90 pitches, but he has some deep starts in there, including 7 shutout innings against Boston his last time out in the big leagues. Because of his efficiency. That's a hot one played by Bichette. Throw to first in time. Spectacular play by Bo Bichette. Zach Thornton has retired 13 consecutive Brewers. Sparkling defense over at third base by Bichette. We go to the 6th inning, 3-0 Mets.
To see how your team
is presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest. And by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. His demands are not great. He just wants a baseball. Yeah, he's going to be patient. Bryce Wilson will take over on the mound. Chad Patrick finished off the 5th. And now Wilson, who has not pitched in a while, is up. First outing of the second half. Brewers bringing Bryce Wilson back to Milwaukee.
Yeah, made a really good start against the Brewers as a Chicago Cub. Last pitch against the Pirates back on July 12th. 3 scoreless innings.
Facing Jared Young to start the inning. Young 2 for 2 with a homer in the 2nd. Mets got 2 in the 5th on a 2 RBI single by Binge. And they lead 3-0. A pop-up. Left field, Churio one away. Wilson started his year with the Phillies, mostly in the minor leagues. He did get one game in the big leagues with the Phillies. Cubs picked him up. His lone outing as a Philly came against the Mets. Simeon flies out. 2 up, 2 down for Wilson.
ABA, think you know the Brew Crew? Put your Brewers knowledge to this test with the Brewers Guess Who giveaway for the first 25,000 fans at the game this Saturday, July 25th. That's courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
That's a fun game.
Yeah. You see Vinny on there?
Give it away Saturday. I did see Vinny on there. I think Levering and Vinny, you know, they're the games guy. They're guys. They have the various board games competition. Cribbage, and Vinny was on that board. Good giveaway item.
Yeah.
I like that. Old school. Number 9 hitter Luis Torrens here with 2 outs. Wilson bouncing around quite a bit. He is glad to be in Milwaukee. He is a great guy. They love him.
Swiss Army knife of the Brewers bullpen, right?
Line drive into center. Mitchell can't get there. He pulls back.
Smart idea with 2 outs and nobody on. You don't want to let that ball get by you. Allow Torrens get into scoring position.
That's catcher with a base hit.
They cut her up in his own. Got enough of it. Dumped it in front of Mitchell. Smart play by Garrett.
Mets have 2 walks and 3 hits with 2 outs in this one here tonight. First ball swinging Ewing back to the top of the order. Ewing walked and stole a base in the 3rd. He's 0 for 2. And it's 0-2.
Did you see the consistency of the release point and the delivery from Bryce Wilson?
He knows who he is.
Very consistent. Has a pretty good idea when he lets go of the baseball where it's going to end up.
Keeping the scorebook down there. I like that. Lost art. Digging for a baseball, huh? You can do it, kid. Ah, yes. From Juan Soto to that little guy. And the scorebook. Brewers score sheets offensively pretty clean.
Somebody knocked the cover off it.
Yeah, that's even better. Put that under the pillow. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Was late on it, but Ewing is hanging tough. Torrens a slow runner over at first. This will be the 8th pitch of the sequence against A.J. Ewing. Brewers will have Pratt, Ortiz, and Jackson Churio coming up in the bottom of the 6th. They have been stymied. Line drive into left field, a base hit. Chourio over to cut it off. And Torrens on his way to third. Throw comes in that way. Torrens is safe.
2 outs, nobody on has not been a good recipe for the Brewers last couple of innings. It's able to pick up a couple of runs after 2 outs and nobody were on. And trouble again for the Brewers.
And the last man you want at the plate in a spot like this. Good base running by Torrens to take that extra base. Now it's Juan Soto. Soto 0 for 2 with a walk. It's a game-breaking moment right here. Mets lead 3-0, and Soto takes strike 1. In there. Challenged him with a fastball, and Soto is down 0-2.
Yeah, fooled him that time.
Big spot. Soto chokes up. No balls, 2 strikes. Wilson misses with a changeup. That's keeping these fans quiet here in Milwaukee tonight. 1-2. Soto, a swing and a miss. Another challenge fastball. Soto strikes out. That could be big if the Brewers come back to win this game. Mark that one down. Juan Soto strikes out. Bryce Wilson puts up a 0 in the 6th.
Brewers alumni.
Toyota game reset as we head to the Brewers half of the 6th inning. Mets lead it 3-0. Got a Jared Young homer in the 2nd, all Brandon Sprode, and then New York with 2 2-out runs in the 5th inning. It was rookie Carson Benj with a 2 RBI single. And this has been the story of the game. On the mound for the Mets, Zach Thornton. 5 shutout innings. He's got Cooper Pratt to start the frame. Joey Ortiz to follow, then back to the top of the order, Jackson Chourio. Pratt takes a strike and a narrow miss his last time up. Hit a deep fly ball to left, slightly off the end of the bat, and it was caught just in front of the wall in left field. That's the name of the game. Stay out of the barrel of the bat, and Thornton's been able to do that.
He's been terrific. Really has, mixing it up nicely, keep the Brewers off balance. Brewers have had a number of near misses on deep fly balls tonight.
Made his major league debut May 20th. Drafted just 3 years ago out of Grand Canyon. Your son played baseball in Grand Canyon.
Yes, he did.
Billy.
1 year. Yeah, actually 2 years.
Grand Canyon campus in Phoenix, Arizona is close to the Brewers spring training facility.
And it has grown by leaps and bounds.
Liner right field, and it is down. That hit the ground, and Cooper Pratt has a base hit. The Coop chants rain down as the rookie shortstop stays hot. It's a leadoff single here in the 6th inning.
13 straight by Thornton. Able to muscle that one out there. Yeah, Benz didn't miss it by much. Did a good job keeping it close, keeping it in front of him. That would have been 3 bases that had got by him.
There's Joey Ortiz now. He popped a 3-run home run last night. And on the first pitch, that is just foul as we send it down to Sophia Minert with more on Joey O.
Yeah, his home run last night, his 5th of the season. Over his last 2 weeks, he is batting .326. 3 of those 5 home runs have come in that stretch. And I was talking to Jason Lane, who oversees the offense and strategy. He said they've cleaned up some things with Joey's mechanics. He says just with his direction, he said he's more consistently moving towards the pitcher instead of landing open. So it's keeping everything to the middle of the field.
There's a great example of that, Sophia. To center field he goes, stayed right with it, and serves one into the outfield grass, and the Brewers will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 6th inning.
Not a bad changeup either. It was down, it was away, and Joey able to get a bat on it. See how tall he is standing, and he's got good balance through the swing. Able to dump it into center field. So a good start. We talked about the bottom of the order, how well they did last night. Bottom of the order getting it started here in the 6th inning.
Roscoe Brazoban just now starting to stir in the Mets bullpen. Andy Green sending his catcher out to the mound to buy a little time. Now you get into the 3rd time around. Churio steps in. Until these 2 hits in the 6th, Churio had the lone hit for the Brewers, which was an infield hit in the 1st. Jackson Churio. He launched one to center. It was caught just in front of the wall by Luis Robert. First and second. Nobody out. Churio looks at a strike. Well placed fastball. Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard. Churio, despite missing all of those games to start the year, 6 weeks of games, still with 13 homers, 3rd on the club. Oh, he chased one, made up his mind, and he chases a ball. Contreras has found his way to Pat Murphy's chair. Murph's lair. 2-strike pitch is upstairs for a ball. Brad with good speed at second. Ortiz runs well at first. And Churio takes a called strike 3.
Good pitch to hit too. Fooled him. Looking for something off speed. Dangerous to guess with 2 strikes.
Digger's hotline dirt cam. That cutter bullseye. Churio strikes out, brings up Terang now. Terang 0 for 2, had a fly out in the 1st, and then a ground out to second base in the 4th inning. Terang slices one left field out of play. Terang has been great in spots like this season. Runners in scoring position, hitting .321.
Most of his power coming to the opposite field. A lot of his home runs have gone in that direction.
He's had 14 homers, only 1 home run against a left-handed pitcher. He's the tying run at the plate. Oh, and he tied him up. Foul ball. Thornton has been so impressive tonight. The command, the placement of these pitches. He's got Brewers hitters rocking the boat.
Yeah.
Getting all 4 quadrants. Just these little subtle movements. Terang hunting a mistake here. Two singles to start the inning. Turang trying to get him on the move. Brewers down 3-0 in the 6th. Thornton deals, and ball 2.
Last 2 pitches, not even close.
He's been going to his cut fastball when he has needed it. It has been a night of efficiency for Thornton. And that one gets away from Torrens. And now, because Ortiz was running, Pratt forced to take off, and the Brewers with a base running mistake. Ortiz,
got to watch what's going on in front of you. A mistake by Joey. I don't think Pratt ever thought about going to third base. Didn't get away too far from Torrens. Check out Pratt. He never even thought about it. Joey Ortiz just takes off at second base.
And not only is there an out at third, Ortiz cannot advance. And something's going on here with Thornton, whether it was a strike or not. Umpires are going to come together here. Let's see here.
That's a full count up on the scoreboard. I don't think the pitch is really.
Yeah, it's not whether it was a strike or not. Did he? He never called a strike.
No, he called a ball, but I guess it's too late to challenge. The fact they didn't catch it is why it wasn't called a strike.
Even though there's a play that happens, you have to ask for the challenge immediately. There, even though Torrens was in the sequence of trying to make a throw.
And a lot of times when a catcher is doing that, getting ready to throw to the bases, he doesn't know if it's a strike or not. And you can't get any help from the dugout.
The one thing Major League Baseball had long discussions about when there was a sequence of a play like a ball gets away. Thornton believed it was a strike, wanted the challenge.
I think it was a strike.
And his idea was right, but there was too much time that had elapsed, at least according to Jensen Visconti. I think that's why he brought all the umpires together, asking, did anybody see him challenge? And you only really get about 2 seconds after the conclusion of a play.
Yeah, right. And it was a long play as well.
Right. So it's 3-2. Now 2 men are out. Ortiz at first. A once promising inning is going to require some 2-out magic here. Turang just trying to get Contreras to the plate. Sends one into left field. On the run is Ewing at the track. He makes a catch. And the inning is over. It was a wild ride, but Ewing runs it down. 2 hits to start the inning. Thornton ends up with a 0. Had a base running blunder. Ewing a little panic setting in, but he puts it away. 6 scoreless for Zach Thornton. Strong Cam courtesy of UW Credit Union. Tuesday night, Milwaukee, Wisconsin at American Family Field. Been a rough night so far for the Brewers. Time to turn it around, but the Mets lead 3-0. Bryce Wilson back out for his 2nd inning. Bo Bichette leads off into right field, and Lara makes the play out number 1.
Yeah, a couple of things with that base running mistake by Joey. You know, you look at Cooper Pratt. I mean, he wasn't sure how far that ball got by Torrens, and so if you don't go right away, you got to stay put. But the trail runner always has to keep in mind what's going on in front of him. If Pratt doesn't go, he's got to stay, especially when you're down 3 runs with the top of the order coming up.
Base running mistake. And a promising inning goes by the wayside for the Brewers. Brewers do not have any challenges remaining. Luke Weaver preparing in the Mets bullpen. 6 scoreless innings from the starter Zach Thornton. After he put up 7 shutout innings against Boston his last time out. 2 excellent starts by the rookie.
Brewers had a shot in the 1st inning, had a shot in the 6th inning. That was it.
A long stretch of 13 in a row retired by Thornton. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lindor. Despite the down year this year and a lot of days on the injured list for Lindor with that calf injury, he is approaching a milestone. He's 15 homers shy of 300 in his career. 6 times he has hit at least 30 homers in a season. Signed that big deal with the Mets. Made a name for himself in Cleveland.
One of the best switch hitters in the game, without a doubt.
Three 2 to Lindor. Up the middle and a base hit. 2 hits and a walk for Lindor tonight. He's starting to heat up.
That cutter pretty much down the middle. And Lindor able to shoot it back through the middle.
Brewers jumped into the best record in the major leagues with the win last night. Dodgers lost in Philadelphia. They've had some rain in Philadelphia tonight. Dodgers do lead 2-1. That game is in the bottom of the 7th inning. Robleski is still pitching for the Dodgers. Made the All-Star team. All those big stars for the Dodgers, and it was Justin Robleski who has stepped in and filled the role well. Keep an eye on that game. It's going to be a good battle. Brewers are headed to Los Angeles for a 4-game series mid-August. There's a strike. 0-2 on Binge.
Part of a San Diego, Los Angeles Dodger road trip. That'll be a challenge.
Yeah, West Coast trip. That'll be August 10th through the 16th. 3 in San Diego, 4 in LA. Brewers have a road trip to San Francisco and Anaheim next. Got a couple of West Coast trips in them. Matter of fact, their next 2 road trips will send them to the West Coast. And then after that, some challenging teams to deal with, but the travel is much easier the rest of the year, which will be welcomed once you get into August. Runner takes off, throw to second and out. Lindor cut down.
Yeah.
Sanchez throws him out.
These Brewer catchers have been outstanding. Doing a good job calling games and throwing to the bases. Pretty good jump by Lindor, just not able to get there. Ties him right on the back of the back.
It's almost like he started his slide way early there.
Yeah, a little early, huh?
2 outs. Here's a 1-2, and that one is in there. Bryce Wilson has put 2 scoreless on the board. The Brewers down 3-0. Looking for a snatch them back. Looks like Weaver's coming in. Brewers coming up, bottom 7. It is stretch time at American Family Field.
Of the 7th inning. We're here at the Gruber Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. getting set for a Brewers postgame alongside Tim Dillard. I'm Stephen Watson. Just 3 hits for the Brewers. Only 2 runners in scoring position right now for this Brewers offense.
You would think there'd be more hits. The defense by the Mets tonight has been outstanding. The Brewers scored in 4 innings in yesterday's ball game, yet to score in this one. So maybe the offense is getting ready to go off right here in the last few innings.
Well, this is what the Brewers love to do. They love to score late inning runs, BA and Rock, and we hope to talk about another Brewers comeback win in Brewers postgame after.
All right, thanks, Steven. Thanks, Tim. You see the numbers on Zach Thornton. He removed the H off his first name, and he has been brilliant. So 6 scoreless for Thornton, and now it's going to be the former Yankee Luke Weaver, former Yankee closer.
And fastball changeup's got 2 pretty good pitches. Weaver last pitched on the 16th against Philly, gave up a run.
First year with the Mets, Weaver has been excellent. Emerged as a Yankee closer in their World Series run 2 years ago. William Contreras starts it. Andrew Vaughn to follow, then Garrett Mitchell. Brewers need base runners. They'll have to do it against the back end of this Mets pen. Devin Williams is the Mets closer, former Brewer. Honored Devin with a video yesterday. It's been a rough ride in the bullpen as well for the Mets. Their July ERA, Mets relievers, over 8.5.
Yeah, it's amazing how many teams have had bullpen problems.
That's a ball. 2-1. Just missed. Well, Mets with the highest reliever ERA in a month in team history. But they're in their winning bullpen right now with Weaver and Williams standing by as Weaver spots the edge. 3-1. From 3-0 to 3-2 on Contreras.
And not messing around, 4 seamers. 95 miles an hour.
Weaver had an incredible run of 25 straight appearances without allowing an earned run. A jam shot, and Weaver covers, and there is out number 1 to start the 7th inning.
Well, let's check out tonight's timer of the game winner. It's Coyote Roadhouse in Bailey's Harbor. That's up in Door County. If the tavern calls the Brewers by 10 o'clock tomorrow, they receive 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. So offer courtesy Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Say hello to all our friends up in Door County. Here's Vaughn now with 1 away. Vaughn hit a deep fly ball out in the 4th. One of those long, loud outs. The Mets are going to be taking a lot of phone calls on Luke Weaver. He is a valuable piece. Not only has he been excellent this year, but he has signed a multi-year deal. He's signed through next season as well. Vaughn, left center, and Ewing makes the play. Ewing always makes it look like a bit of an adventure, but the ball ends up in his glove more often than not.
Yeah, gets it done. Well, you know what they say about baseball, it's not how, it's how many. Get it done any way you can.
Center fielder by trade. He's been playing in the corners since Luis Robert returned yesterday. So that brings up Garrett Mitchell. 2 outs in the 7th. Be a good test here from Mitchell. Weaver loves to use that high fastball up on that top rail. He's very good with his command. He doesn't have an overpowering fastball, but it's good enough. 96, 97.
Well, you look at that, and you go with a changeup to go with it. Makes the fastball appear quicker.
Comes back with the changeup. And he doubled up with a changeup, and he's fallen behind. 2-1 on Mitchell. Garrett smoked a ball in the 5th inning off Thornton. He lined out to center, left the bat at 107. Nothing to show for it. Hitters count and a 3-0 Mets lead. Mitchell should get something to handle here. Bounces one to third. Long throw for Bichette, and Mitchell is out. Man, Bo Bichette, a couple of sparkling plays over at third base in this game. 3 up, 3 down for Weaver. We're on our way to the 8th. Mets lead at 3-0.
Thanks for having me.
Brewers and Mets back here at American Family Field, and the Brewers Community Foundation will celebrate Christmas in July coming up Sunday, July 26th. You can stop by the BCF tables in the right field corner on the field level to start your Christmas shopping early. Find that perfect Brewers item for that special person, and all the proceeds will benefit BCF. Guys, it's not too early to start your Christmas shopping.
Got to do it. Get it on the board. Bernie's looking good out there. I mean, he kind of wears that well.
He needs to take a ride down that slide tonight.
I mean, the Mets pitching has kept the crowd quiet. This game
kept Bernie in his house.
Has had that feel to it. There's a deep fly ball to left, and Luis Robert is going to send this one way out of here. My goodness. You don't see many go up there.
Yeah, over everything. That might have left the building.
Tape measure shot from Luis Robert, and it's 4-0 Mets. 451 feet. Goodness. Just his 2nd game back from the injured list. He was out 3 months, and he's got his first homer since returning.
Yeah, cutter. And that ball did not have a chance to stay in the ballpark. That's tonight's Toyota drive of the game. A big fly off the bat of Luis Robert. Yikes.
Jared Young, who homered in the 2nd.
I guess it didn't leave the ballpark.
I mean it would have.
The ballpark. Everything.
Good play out there by a fan. Otherwise, that's going to bounce into the parking lot. Well, if you're going to give them up, make them count. Every pitcher can tell you the longest home run he gave up.
Yeah.
That's up there. 451. Oh. For the man they call Lou Bob.
Yeah, he can do it. I mean, he can hit him as far as anybody.
No doubt about it. Got to watch that one. Oh. Nice play up there. He's rocking a Prince Fielder jersey, I think.
They're asking, did you get all of it? You know what he said?
He got jammed a little. Speaking of jammed, out to Pratt. Young is out.
You guys never admit that they got all of it. They still have a little bit left. You get all of it? No. Close.
There's Simeon. Brewers will play a day game tomorrow against the Mets. Final game of the series. And sending up Logan Henderson to the mound. Guy who has found it. That changeup is special for Logan Henderson. Christian Scott gets the ball for the Metropolitans. We'll hit the air at 12:30. Tim Dillard, Stephen Watson out in Nelly's corner. Fly ball right center. Closing is Lara, and he slides and makes the catch.
Hey, he can scoot, can he? Wow.
It looked like a short double when it left the bat, and Lara just snatched it.
Took a great angle on it. Not sure he had to go down, but he did. Make sure he catches that baseball eye high, right? There you go. Nothing to it. He's calling it too.
He's only played a few games here. Everything's new to him. The third deck. His first run in the big leagues, new ballpark.
He's calling it, but I think he had to realize there was nobody else going to catch it.
No. Brewers on any given night put so much talent in the outfield. All center fielders by trade, with the exception of Bowers. These guys can go get them out there. No balls, 2 strikes on Terens. Shoots one into right. That's what he does. He's got 2 hits in this game. Just takes the humble approach. Serves it into the outfield.
And trusts his hands. Let that ball travel. And the fastball pretty straight up out over the plate. Nothing to it. Hitting it hard into right.
Mets have been good with 2 outs in this game.
Got 11 hits now.
So back to the top of the order. A.J. Ewing had a 2-out hit in the 6th. He has seen a lot of pitches in this one tonight, like a good leadoff hitter should. Started with a 9-pitch battle to begin the game. Brandon Sproat started when 4 2/3, gave up a couple of earnings. Chad Patrick giving up those inherited runners. Gave up one of his own in a 1/3 of an inning. Wilson is trying to give the Brewers multiple innings, possibly to the finish line. Pitching in his 3rd inning. These are much needed. And a little jam shot pop up. Joey O settles under it, and Wilson does give up a home run, a memorable one, a long one to Luis Robert. It's 4-0 Mets. Bottom of the 8th coming your way. Bottom of the order coming up.
Well, tonight's game is a special effort for Venezuelan earthquake relief. And We Love Foundation. Fans at home, show your support for Jackson Churio, William Contreras, and all the citizens of Venezuela by donating directly at welove.foundation today.
Unidos por Venezuela. A cool t-shirt. Some horrific earthquakes down there in Venezuela. And you see a lot of the Venezuelan players with the VZ on the side of their hats and helmets. And great work by Jackson Churio and William Contreras for putting a big relief effort from Milwaukee to Caracas with love. Brooks Raley on the pitch for the Mets. Been excellent out of their bullpen when given the chance.
Yeah, back end of the bullpen has been very good for New York. 41st appearance, earned run average a little over 2.
Weaver, Raley, Devin Williams be the combination to the finish line. He's now out of a save situation after that home run by Robert. Sanchez with a 1-2 count and a foul ball out of play. How many of these relievers will be Mets in 2 weeks after we pass the trade deadline, which is August 3rd? Mets are open for business here. Andy Green coming down from the front office to be the interim manager. Sanchez skies one to right, and Benj is there for the out.
As you get down to the bottom half of the batting order, the Mets going with the left-hander to make sure that the Brewers keep Bowers and Yelich on the bench. Left-handers available for Milwaukee.
Switch hitter Luis Lara from Venezuela steps in. Nice catch last inning. Robbed of a hit by Bichette in the 5th. His 30th plate appearance in the big leagues. Little guy who can fly. Brewers have so much talent in their minor league system. Best minor league system in baseball. Cooper Pratt and Luis Lara both signing those long-term contracts before they make it to the major leagues. Arriving here. Lara has long been thought of as the best defensive outfielder in the Brewers system. In the air, shallow left. A few steps in is Ewing, and 2 men are gone. Mets bullpen has some age in their late pen. Luke Weaver's 32. Raley is 38. Still doing it at a high level.
Yeah, right. And again, barely breaks 90 miles an hour this fastball. So we've seen two pitchers tonight that don't rely on big velocity, but able to get it done.
Another great start for Zach Thornton, looking for his first win. His first big league win. He went 7 shutout against Boston and took the Mets lost that game. Pre-All-Star break. Mets may have found one in Zach Thornton. Love the way he went about his business tonight. Yeah. On the attack, throwing strikes.
Only 2 strikeouts. Allowed the Brewers to put the ball in play. They had a few near misses that went to the warning track, but still 6 shutout innings.
He's only 24 years of age. Took the loss in his major league debut against the Nats. A couple of no decisions between that start and this one here tonight. In position for a win, his first big league victory. Brewers trying to avoid the shutout. Brewers have only been shut out 3 times this year. 5th fewest shutouts in the majors. Tough team to hold scoreless. Last time the Brewers were shut out, June 3rd against the Giants. 1-0 game. Just need base runners right now. Down to their last 4 outs. Cooper Pratt has one of the 3 Brewers hits. Came as a single in the 6th inning. And a swing and a miss, and Rayleigh keeps his run going. 3 up, 3 down. Mets pitchers making it tough on the Brew Crew tonight. 4-0 New York as we go to the 9th.
This is not your grand.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Brewers, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Brewers. Crowd of 30,000 on hand tonight on a Tuesday night at American Family Field. Juan Soto is 0 for 3 with a walk. 4-0 Mets as we play in the 9th. Mets got a homer from Jared Young in the 2nd. A 2-out RBI single by Carson Benj in the 5th made it 3-0. And then a long home run by Luis Robert last inning in the 8th. 4 runs on 11 hits for the Mets. They've stranded 9. This could be well out of reach. Brewers down 4 with Devin Williams loosening in the Mets pen. Despite not being a save situation, he will be coming on for the 9th. Big chopper, Terang. Soto not running. And there is out number 1. A little load management there by Juan Soto.
Yeah, I mean, going to be an easy play for Bryce Terang, so just save your energy. You get a day game tomorrow, right?
And here is Bichette, and he shoots one to right. Now Bryce Wilson is doing the Brewers a great service here, pitching in his 4th inning. Brewers will be fully loaded for tomorrow's game. They're still hoping for a comeback in the 9th. But to be able to get through a game using just 2 relievers would be big for the Brewers. They've won the first 4 games of this homestand to start the 2nd half.
And McCullers did the heavy lifting in last night's game. 3 innings out of the bullpen. Miz only went 4. That was by design.
Those multi-inning relief outings are so important. AJ Minter has now joined Devin Williams. I'm sure Williams is eager to pitch. It's been since last Thursday at Philadelphia. Mets and Phillies were the first team to resume play after the All-Star break. Had the unenviable Thursday start as Lindor slaps one to left.
Yeah, look out, he's heating up, isn't he?
It's his 3rd hit. Had 3 hits Sunday. Drove in a run last night with a couple of hits. He's had 3 hits and a walk here tonight. Not the guy you want to see get hot in your ballpark.
Yeah, taking that one to the opposite field. The Mets have put together some pretty good at-bats tonight.
13 hits. Now 2 on with 1 away. Here's Carson Benj. Dodgers and Phillies are in the 9th inning now. Dodgers lead 2-1. Rematch of the National League Division Series last year, while the Brewers were battling the Cubs. Cubs are up 9-0 on the Tigers tonight. We are all anxiously watching the Tigers. What's going to happen to them over the next 2 weeks will determine how many players in Tiger uniforms are going to end up with somebody else. Right now, A.J. Hinch and the Tigers believe they're still in the picture, which they certainly are. I think there were 23 teams of the 30 that are within 5 games of a playoff spot right now.
Right. Red Sox are back in it. They won 14 straight. They got rained out tonight.
That's what it looks like in the Central. White Sox have been one of the surprise teams in the big leagues. Guardians hanging right in there. The Twins And then the Tigers. The wild card story is something the Tigers have their eyes on too. And Casey Mize, Tarek Skubal is the biggest name right now if the Tigers decide to trade. It's 11-0 now, Cubs. They just put 2 more on in the 7th. So Cubs are looking good for victory tonight. Brewers picked up a game last night with their win and the Cubs lost. 7-game lead in the Central. That's what the NL Central looks like. Brewers with the best record in baseball for now, and their best record through the first 100 games of a season in franchise history. Jam shot, and Ortiz for the 2nd out.
Brewers got to figure out a way to beat the Pirates. Brewers have won 1 game against Pittsburgh this year.
Just got swept right before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Caught him at the right time, Rock.
Got some good pitching. Their offense, they put good approach at the plate.
Pirates are a factor. They're hoping they get a chance to make it to the postseason. They are certainly in the wild card picture right now. Cardinals, Marlins, Pirates, Diamondbacks, Nationals, Padres. There are a slew of teams that are in the wild card race. Right now the Cubs and Phillies are in the top 2 spots in the wild card picture. Division leaders in the NL, the Brewers, Dodgers, and Braves. 2 balls, no strikes on Robert. Slow roller to third. Ortiz takes it right on the bag. Good footwork. Inning is over. Bryce Wilson, strong 4-inning outing, giving up just the 1 run. Saves the pen. Now the Brewers will try to do some damage against a former teammate in Devin Williams. Brewers beat the Mets last night 8-3, but it is a 4-0 Mets lead as Devin Williams enters the mix. Non-save situation for the Mets closer. And Devin Williams making his way to the mound here at American Family Field between innings.
14 out of 17 for Devin Williams.
Numbers are not great, and Williams has struggled mightily in non-save situations this year.
Yeah, to the tune of a .661 earned run average.
Jake Bauers pinch hits, leads off, hits for Joey Ortiz. Top of the order due next. One ball, one strike. That one's in there. There's the signature changeup from Williams.
Williams has given up runs in 3 of his last 5 appearances.
Bauers pinch hitting. He and Yelich getting the night off from the starting lineup with the left-handed starter on the mound. Zach Thornton, 6 scoreless innings in line for his first major league win. 1-2. Bauers lays off. Williams had a lot of hardware as a member of the Brewers. He was the reliever of the year in the National League twice as a Brewer. Was the rookie of the year. As Bauers shoots one to right field. That's a start.
He got the changeup. We talked about Devin Williams, his struggles in non-save situations, and Let's see if the Brewers can make this one interesting tonight. Changeup. Not a bad one either, but I think maybe Jake looking for it, able to hit it hard into right.
First base runner since the 6th inning. Mets bullpen had retired 6 in a row. And a lead man on. Top of the order, Jackson Chourio. A big swing by Chourio, ready for the fastball. He got it, but it was upstairs and in.
And as a Brewer, there were times when it seemed as though Devin Williams overused the changeup. He started using the fastball a little bit more. He was able to get the job done.
He's had just one outing since the All-Star break. That was last Thursday against the Phillies. Notched a save there. Prior to the All-Star break, had a blown save against the Red Sox. That was in that game started by Zach Thornton. Everybody hits. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chourio looks at a ball. There's always been a lot of traffic for Devin Williams, even when at his peak. Did not get through too many 1, 2, 3 innings. Another swing and a miss by Chourio. Bowers does take second base. That should be a stolen base. Mets were holding him. And it takes away a double play chance. Rally hats are on. Two and two the count. Chourio, left center field, deep. Back is Ewing, and another one caught just shy of the wall.
How many have we seen of those tonight?
Oh, man,
it's got to be 4 or 5, right?
Missed it by a click.
Just missed it right up against the wall, able to make the catch. On a fastball, he barrels it up, got under it just enough to keep it in the ballpark. I think Jackson for a second thought he might have gotten it. Easy catch for Ewing. He's been busy out there tonight.
I got 4 deep fly balls caught on the warning track tonight.
Yeah.
Here's Terang now. Right off the end of the bat, slow roller coming in, Simeon, and 2 men are out. Got him with a changeup. Brewers down to their last out. No runs tonight, but for every Brewers RBI, the Northwestern Mutual Foundation is funding 5 hours of childhood cancer research, equivalent to $250, I should say. Northwestern Mutual and Brewers proud to partner in curing childhood cancer. So Bowers at third. Here is Contreras. Brewers trying to avoid a shutout first and foremost. It'll only be their 4th occasion being shut out this year. Right now, trying to get Garrett Mitchell to the plate. He would represent the tying run. Fly ball right field over his bench, and he makes the play. That is the ball game. Williams finishes the game off, and the Mets win. The Brewers have their 4-game winning streak snapped, and rookie Zach Thornton picks up his first major league win. He was impressive in 6 innings tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't overpowering. He only had 2 strikeouts, but the Brewers only had 2 chances to score on the young left-hander. Good job of pitching by the Mets, and just go get him tomorrow. Win the series tomorrow afternoon.
Chance to do that with Logan Henderson on the mound for the Brewers. Christian Scott will get the ball for the Mets. And we'll hit the air at 12:30 for a 1:10 first pitch. 4-0 the final. The Mets win the second game of the series. Brewers postgame is coming your way next with Stephen Watson and Tim Dillard. We'll hear from Pat Murphy, and then they'll set you up for tomorrow afternoon. See you tomorrow, everyone.
Hey, who wants a margarita?
Brewers postgame is presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. The final tonight, Mets 4, Brewers nothing. We set up a rubber match tomorrow afternoon here at American Family Field. Jared Young getting the party started for New York with a solo shot in the top of the second, his 7th home run of the year. Made it 1-0 Mets. And then Luis Robert Jr. with one of the longest home runs we've seen in this ballpark. With the final runs, 4-0 Mets with a couple of home runs as we welcome you to Nelly's Corner here inside American Family Field. Alongside Tim Dillard, I'm Stephen Watson. We're at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk, and the magic number was 4 in this matchup. The 4-game winning streak overall and against the Mets was snapped here tonight, and just 4 hits from the Milwaukee Brewers against this tough pitching rotation we saw from New York.
Yeah, it was a combination of a lot of things. It was the Mets pitchers not just doing good, they were just throwing a bunch of strikes. And the Brewers were basically getting themselves out. Just 3 strikeouts by Met pitchers across this entire game, just 1 walk. Basically, they were saying, here it is. And the Brewers hit some rockets, and they hit some deep fly balls, but it wasn't enough. Mets defense showed up big.
Well, we showed you a couple of the home run shots. It's our Wintrust plays of the game, and New York getting on the board in the top of the second. Jared Young taking this cutter 393 feet off of Sproat.
Well, I think after a 28-pitch first inning from Sproat, guys in the dugout are talking about what's he using, what to look for, but honestly, you never want to throw anything down and in on a lefty, especially one of these big guys. And then later on in the ball game, this is after Chad Patrick came in. Just a ground ball with 2 outs, with 2nd and 3rd was enough to get 2 home. There might have been a miscue on that play. Not really sure about that. Runner ends up at 2nd base. And then it was Luis Robert Jr. Listen, I've given up a home run to this guy. If you don't believe me, you can go find it on the intraweb out there.
We watched it together.
I know, you made me feel bad. That ball was absolutely mashed, and that's what he does. He swings, and when he makes connection, you will never see it again. But yeah, I've been on the receiving end of that. It's tough, but Bryce Wilson, for me, coming in this ball game and throwing 4 innings of just giving up 1 run, that was amazing. He gets the game ball for me. He completely saved the bullpen. In fact, he was getting quick outs enough for the Brewers to actually get back in the dugout and have a chance. So, in a way, he's the reason this game is as close as it was.
It was 451 feet off the bat of Luis Robert Jr. That is the longest home run
I
in
gave
American
up the 475 or something like that.
Well, you answered my follow-up already. We don't want to talk about that one. He hit off of you. But tough to see him do it against his former teammate in Bryce Wilson. They played in Chicago together. We look at the starting pitching matchup here tonight. And it was Brandon Sproat lasting just 4 2/3 innings tonight for Milwaukee. And Zach Thornton was the story of this game tonight for the Mets. 6 shutout innings. That's back-to-back scoreless starts for the left-hander, spanning 13 innings. 5 total hits he's allowed in his last 2 starts for New York.
I mean, this guy's good. 4 starts, 3 are quality starts, and you can see why. He did all this on 81 pitches. He was very efficient. Across the board, though, the Mets pitchers got 15 outs in the air. Also got a double play. Those sting. Those are a nifty-gifty if you're on the mound. But he was 85% four-seam fastball, cutter, or sinker. So he had great command. He was just all around the zone, staying out of the middle of the plate. You can see here he fields his position. But he gave up just 3 singles. A couple of those were on the ground. And I think he found out early after he gave up some hard contact on the four-seam fastball to Jackson Chourio. Zach Thornton decides, I'm going to stay away from the fastball and try to get outs on the cutter and the sinker. That tells me he's a young guy that is kind of reading what these swings do. You don't see that often. I mean, I think the Mets have a premier starter here just because he walked out there, looked like he had done it before, looked like he'd done it 100 times, and just was like, here it is, and hit it. And a lot of times young guys are maybe scared of that contact. We can actually flip it. Brandon Sproat throwing a lot of pitches, using 7, 8 pitches, sometimes 9 pitches to get guys out, just shows that, hey, kind of pitching away from contact a little bit.
Yeah, Thornton dropping his ERA to 1.93. It was the 4th shutout loss for Milwaukee this year, in their first since June 3rd. So it's been a tough, the offense has been so good for the Brewers for such a long period of time. We haven't seen a shutout loss in well over a month. All right, we look at our Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run leaderboard. Nothing tonight to show for these Milwaukee Brewers. So it's still Jake Bowers with 18, Bryce Terang with 14, Jackson Churio leading the way for Milwaukee. Hopefully they save some of that pop for a matinee rubber match tomorrow afternoon here at American Family Field. Well, Tim talked a little bit about Brandon Sproat, still to come on Brewers pregame. We'll dive into his start tonight for Milwaukee. It's next on Brewers postgame.
Worrying about the future.
Brewers postgame is brought to you by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and by Wendy's Wins and Monsters deal. Now available for a limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. All right, the final here tonight, 4-0. 4th shutout loss for Milwaukee. Here tonight, they managed just 4 hits in this game. They had 7 balls at 340 or more feet tonight, all of them going for outs. So a lot of hard contact for Milwaukee, but nothing to show for it. Here we are at the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports. That's Stephen and Tim. Thanks for sticking around. Brandon Sproat making the start tonight for Milwaukee. Goes 4 2/3, Tim. 4 hits, 2 earned runs, a couple of them coming from Chad Patrick, unable to clean things up for Sproat. But overall, what'd you make of his outing tonight? It seemed like that first inning continues to be a problem for him.
It does. There were 28 pitches in the first inning, and I think that he's kind of showing his entire arsenal early to every hitter. When you have 5 plate appearances where they see 7 or more pitches, that adds up. That's when he only went 4 2/3. Pitch count got him 99 pitches. That one right there, I mean, what can you say? Solo home runs are not supposed to win a ball game, but if you're exposing yourself to all the different pitches and guys are seeing it, a lot of times those kind of mistakes can happen. But I thought he kind of settled down. He started to get into a rhythm. He got some strikeouts. I thought he made some good adjustments with the cutter. The sinker was good early, the sweeper, the changeup. He had a strikeout in almost every one of his pitches. Did walk 4 batters. Listen, there's certain teams that you just can't do that to. Teams that are like looking for a walk. There's a lot of teams out there that are just going to swing. They don't care. But this team has guys that are like, if you're not going to throw it in the zone, I'm not going to go after it. 4 walks in this game. Not that those particularly hurt him, but again, it's about how many times these batters, these seasoned veteran hitters like Lindor and Soto, these guys are like, they're picking you apart the longer you're on the mound. And he was on the mound for a long time for a lot of pitches.
And I know you talked about it a little bit earlier with Bryce Wilson, but it is important to note 4 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run. How important is that as it sets up a team for an important Game 3, decisive Game 3 tomorrow afternoon?
Absolutely. He definitely gets the game ball. He gets the Capri Sun. This is what he was brought in for, and he knows it, which I think is actually fantastic because he knows his role. He walked out there. He was challenging guys. He had early outs. Yeah, he gave up that monster home run. Who hasn't? But 4 innings of 1 run, I think anybody will take that. I guarantee Pat Murphy brings that up. I think he'll say, you know what? This guy right here, he went through a really fierce lineup that were swinging the bat really well and navigated it very well.
I mean, this is a guy who a couple of teams have already quit on him this year.
Yeah.
The Phillies and the Cubs. He comes back to Milwaukee. The other day when I see him in the dugout, I'm like, feel good to be back? He goes, you better believe it. I love this place. I mean, guys just love coming here. It's a story we talk about all the time. It's incredible.
There's a lot of roles. And if you're a pitcher, you're like, well, I want to be the ace on the staff, and I'm going to throw 105 miles an hour. Brewers already have that. So
yeah.
You start going like, well, okay, where's my role fit in? And sometimes this is where it starts. Hey, you're the guy that comes in up by 10, down by 10, the game's this way, that way, and then you earn yourself into certain spots. We've seen pitchers do that before. It happens to every team every year. But what he showed tonight is he knows how to pitch. He knows his role. He embraced it. I thought he looked great.
It's going to be a big theme of our pregame show tomorrow. We're going to have a full show dedicated to the Brewers bullpen. Don't miss it tomorrow. Brewers pregame beginning at 12:30. But Pat Murphy's meeting with the media. Let's listen in.
We didn't get any timely hits, and they didn't give up any free bases, so credit them.
Murphy Sproat's had outings where Elo kind of drops off as he goes. Did that feel like it was a little more extreme tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think velo's really his game. You know what I mean? I think his strikes and movement is his game. And I thought he threw some really nice pitches and made some pitches when he had to and kept it close. And then, like I said, we miscommunicated on that ball or whatever it was. And then, all of a sudden, instead of 1-0, it's 3-0. And I believe the game could have been different, most certainly then. But yeah, Sproats, I think he's coming along. I think he's going in the right direction. And yeah, he was.
On that base running mistake that you talked about, is that on Joey to follow the runner?
Yeah. It's on Joey to follow the runner, but it's on Cooper. You can't be indecisive on that. Yeah.
I wondered from the point of view whether Cooper could see it or was blocked. Do you think he had it?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I know that Joey's got to look up and see, hey, he's not going, I can't go. But it seems so obvious because Joey had such an easy view of it. It's just obvious, like, you're going on that. Ball got by the catcher.
Was Nestor making signals from the dugout to Gary to help control the running game?
Yeah. That's what he does. I mean, that's part of Nestor's job. Yeah.
All right, that's Pat Murphy following a 4-0 loss. Logan Henderson gets the ball tomorrow as the Brewers go for another series win to begin the second half. We'll preview it next. Welcome back to Brewers Postgame, presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. 4-0 the final here tonight. Brewers managed just 4 hits in a 4-0 shutout loss. So it all comes down to tomorrow afternoon here at American Family Field. It's going to be Logan Henderson making his 8th start of the year, going opposite of Christian Scott, a 3-1 record, a 2.87 ERA, making his 14th start for the Mets. As for Henderson, last time out, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run against the Marlins to begin this second half.
Oh, he was good. He did all that on 73 pitches. Remarkable. I thought the first pitch strikes were good. He retired every leadoff man. He got some help from the defense, but it was carpe diem, baby. He was seizing the carp. I really like the fact he faced 2 over the minimum. He got 5 outs on the ground. He's not a typical ground ball type pitcher, but he had the fastball, the changeup, and the cutter. They were all working. He had the Marlins guys off balance. They were swinging, and again, no walks. He was bringing it to them. Gonna hope to see some of that against this really potent New York Mets lineup.
And we want to remind you, join us 12:30 for a special bullpen edition of Brewers pregame. Aaron Ashby going to join us live. Tim talks with Trevor McGill in the bullpen. Fun content coming your way tomorrow for Brewers pregame. Tonight, the final was 4-0. We'll see you for a rubber match tomorrow.
Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the